What's going on YouTube? It's KP Performance. Today we're talking about the 20 most common mistakes that hoopers make and that you might be making yourself. Before I get started with this video, I'd appreciate it if you guys could like and subscribe. I'm on a mission right now to get to 10K subscribers by the end of next month. So I would appreciate if you guys could help me out with that. You should be taking a look at these 20 mistakes and really dissecting which ones you do and which ones are of the most detriment to you. So the first one that I see is fake work. Fake work can be one of two things. First and foremost, maybe you're working hard on social media, but not actually working hard. Are you one of those people that are just working to post it on social media, or are you actually putting the time in to get better? So the second version of fake work is putting in work but not putting in work efficiently. So this means you're going to the gym, you might be putting a bunch of shots up, but these shots or these moves that you're working on aren't necessarily translating to the game. So in this case, you're kind of wasting your time. Another example would be you're going to the weight room and you're lifting like a bodybuilder. You're not really trying to play or be strong like a bodybuilder. You need to be mobile and athletic like an athlete. So in that sense, you going to the gym and lifting like a bodybuilder is just wasting your time. And that ties in with my second point. You're not being efficient enough throughout your workout. In my opinion, short, quick, efficient workouts are way more important than long, tiring, super long 2-hour, 3-hour workout. You can get a lot more out of 2 to 3 workouts a day that are short, 45 minutes, an hour long, and quick to the point. Personally, I suggest to my clients you work out 2 to 3 times a day. If you're at the high school level or above, if you're at the middle school level, you should probably be in the range of 1 to 2 times a day for about an hour. Point number 3 is load management. So the majority of the basketball community fell in love with Kobe's mentality of work hard nonstop every single day, 4 to 5 workouts a day. But honestly, that's just not realistic. Kobe took years upon decades to work up to the point where he could work out that much. If you're working out 3 to 4 to 5 times a day and you're not being efficient, you're gonna eventually develop injuries. The fourth most common mistake that I see is trying to get better at too many things at once. If you're not focused on one thing, in my opinion, throughout one whole off season, you're not really gonna get better or master any. A lot of times you're gonna hear NBA guys talking about starring in their roles. So if you wanna get on the court, one thing that you really need to do is figure out what your role is and star in that. And what that takes is locking in on one specific skill and getting better. Now, in my opinion, you shouldn't be doing the same skill each summer, but you wanna lock in on one skill and then maybe in the next off season you move to a new skill. Number 5 of the most common mistakes I see is not being in the weight room enough. I recently listened to a podcast by PJF where he's talking to Mac McClung. Mac McClung is talking about how he's been doing extensive plyometrics since he's been 7 or 8 years old. And we see the athleticism that Mac McClung possesses. Now, I'm not saying that you're gonna be Mac McClung, but I'd say the earlier the better. If you're having trouble planning your workouts and you need something that will help you right now, go to the description, check that out. I dropped a link below where you can go and look at workouts that I've made myself that might help you. The 6th most common mistake I see is not sleeping enough. The only way you're gonna recover and actually improve and take care of those nagging injuries is if you're sleeping enough, you're recovering enough. It's my recommendation that you get anywhere between 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. I know it's fun to hop on PS5 with your friends, hop on Warzone and Fortnite, but at the end of the day, what are you gonna do that's gonna separate yourself from average people? Number 7 is poor nutrition. Quickly, a few tips that I want to give that might help you are, first and foremost, trying to get 0.85 or more grams of protein compared to your body weight. Number 2, a quick tip is to supplement with a multivitamin and vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the most common deficiencies, and without getting a micronutrients test, it's kind of hard to know what else you're deficient in, but that multivitamin might be able to help cover for those deficiencies. Number 8, easy, not watching enough film. And when I say watching film, I don't mean just watching highlights, I mean going in depth with film. If you need somebody to check out who breaks down film for you and does a really good job of explaining, go check out By Any Means Bath. It's not like, he didn't really sponsor me to say that, but just go check out his stuff. It's an easy way to break down film and really get better through film. Number 9 is more on the mental side. Comparing yourself to other players is not gonna get you anywhere, right? We look on Instagram, we look on social media, we see all these highlights, but one of the things you need to realize is all these clips are broken up into, it's literally a highlight. People are just showing the best of themselves. they might not actually be as good as they seem. The last 10 are going to be on the court mistakes that I see a lot. Number 10, one of the biggest ones I see is forcing contested jump shots, especially in situations where you're trying to prove yourself. A lot of people don't realize that coaches are just looking for you to make the right play. They want guys who are going to fit into a system, so you have to play like you can play in a system. All the one-on-one garbage, that's not going to fly in college, so get that out of your head. Number 11 is just being poor with your IQ defensively. Not rotating to the ball, not jumping to the ball after a pass, not helping on drives. Something we can do to improve that is just watching basketball. Somebody you can watch to help you with that is Draymond Green. Go look up Warriors film, go watch some of the stuff that he does, and you can learn from him. Number 12, I already talked about it a little bit, but dribbling too much is not going to fly, especially at the higher levels. So this is just an example, but one of the things you hear a lot from overseas guys is that if you dribble more than twice, the coach is going to scream at you to pass the ball. Somebody that nobody wants to play with is a ball stopper. What a ball stopper is if you catch the ball and you don't move it or you don't make the right play, nobody wants to be on the team with somebody like that. Speaking from experience, I played with a lot of people that are like that, and it's miserable. So not only are you losing your coach's trust, but you're also losing your teammates' trust. Number 13, this was huge for me and huge for a lot of other people. It's being under aggressive. So some things that being more aggressive looks like, the first one is catching and looking to be a threat right away, looking to the basket to score, looking, jabbing hard, trying to make something happen. 2 is ball fakes, shot fakes, any type of fake. That's gonna throw your defender off and they have to respect you. And 3 is being aggressive defense. If you can take somebody's heart on both sides of the ball, you're gonna be tough to deal with. Number 15, huge. I played with a kid like this in high school and I hated it. Checking out if you're not getting the basketball. If you're not scoring, then you just don't care about playing. There's way more to the game than just scoring the basketball. You have to be able to impact the game without touching the ball, without scoring the ball. 16 is not having a pregame ritual before game. One of the things I used to do that helped me a lot, especially with my anxiety, was just pregame pep talks. So if you want to go see an example of that, look up Aaron Donald's speech to himself. He talks to himself, he gets himself hyped up before the game, and he's ready to go by the time the game starts. Number 17 has to do a little bit with IQ, is not paying attention to the game clock, shot clock, or the score of the game. Depending on those 3 things, your mindset throughout the game should be changing. For example, if you guys are down and there's not a lot of time left, you need to speed the game up, take more quick shots, be more aggressive defensively, try to jump in passing lanes. You have to just change your game according to how the game is. Knowing little stuff like that will keep you on the court during crunch time, and it'll build trust with your coach. Number 18, huge. Don't really have to say much on this one. Getting on the floor, being gritty, playing hard all the time, that's gonna keep you on the floor. Coaches love to see that. 19 is focusing on scoring rather than playing defense and locking up. Too many people are worried about their stat line. Not enough people are worried about getting stops, being, like I said, impacting the game without even scoring the ball. Number 20, huge one, stop screaming at your teammates. If anybody's gonna yell, it's the coach's job. The way the system should work, okay, the coach is the disciplinary figure. Yes, there are times where you have to be constructive and you have to have good constructive criticism, but you shouldn't be yelling at your teammates. The more positive you are, the more likely it is that you're gonna win. If all of your teammates are playing at 100% confidence, don't you think it would be more likely that you guys would win? So I appreciate you guys staying in tune through the whole video. And this was a long video, I know, but I hope you got a lot out of it, and I hope you improved your game just through watching this video. I hope there's a lot of stuff you can take and implement in the next few weeks. I appreciate it if you could take one moment, like, comment, and subscribe. It'll really help me out in my goal to 10K subscribers. Once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace out.